retire in my prime like I'm M. Jordan. Table dancing in Southampton. Use the glasses for Vanish. Be cooling out in the whip, but I done near every girl on my list. KD at the 3, Djokovic with the racket. Phelps in the pool, I'm like Speed at the Masters. Girl, you know you a bad. Girl, you know I'm a savage. They gon' let me in this club in these dirty vans. Clean money, I count stacks with these dirty hands. Do a show, cop the rack with my new advance. 50 bands, 80 bands, 100 bands. I'm the American dream. We the American dream. No money, no class, look at them. Another day in the USA. Just another day in America. Kids from my hood look up to the system set us up for failure. I just want to make enough to pay dividends. Then invest in black businesses. They teach us to hate what we see in the mirror, but it can't break our spirit. They gon' let me in this club in these dirty vans. Clean money, I count stacks with these dirty hands. Do a show, cop the rack with my new advance. 50 bands, 80 bands, 100 bands. I'm the American dream. We the American dream. No money, no class, look at them.
I woke up and I'm feeling like a boss right now. I woke up and I'm feeling like a boss right now. I'm gonna hold it down, I swear. I roll up and I'm smelling like a right now. I do this for my rounds, oh yeah. Feel like in the real life, dripping on sauce in the good life. You shine, I shine, and ain't nobody gonna take mine. I just wanna be a boss. I will never ever fall. Chillin' like a boss with my feet up. Got a bag for him with a visa. Pulling up the know the leader. Getting out while I'm on the. She's a keeper. No play burritos. Get to the pesos with amigos. I cannot with no zeros. Got your one out. No, I can't show you no.
First opened way back in 1924, but renovated in 2002. There's a look inside venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Miami Dolphins and the Chicago Bears. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Back 99 Philly. Here we go.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And that's caught inside the 35. A big play there on the first play of the game. 45 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
On the right side open is Gesicki. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. And defensively, these corners struggled last week. They're struggling again here early on the opening drive.
And you know that was not unnoticed on tape. So when they saw their struggle last week, guaranteed they went right into the game plan, attack them early, see if they're going to play any better, and if not, you keep the pressure on them until things change.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
I don't think either one of us is surprised about who they just targeted on that one. I mean, they're going to try and get to him as much as possible. Off to a nice start, but unable to haul that one in.
Yeah, already looked his way a couple of times on this opening drive. Can't connect there. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. A first carry for Kenyon Drake. And they'll get him down right about the 20. The ball still a few inches shy of the marker after the 3-yard run, so now a little soul-searching on fourth down. Jason Sanders now for the Miami field goal. This will be a 37-yard attempt. The kick by Sanders is good. And the opening drive for the Dolphins yields 3. So a nice opening drive on the road. You get the 3 points. Part of you wonders if that might hurt them later not getting into the end zone.
But the good thing is, still first quarter. And they did come out of it with points. In a sense, they could look at it positively and say, hey, we set the pace in this one. I think that's how they'll go about it.
That's fielded in the end zone. Hurdles past him. And it winds up a terrific return, but markers are down. And this is going to come all the way back. So that will push him back.
And now we know why I have a little extra space to run, don't we? An illegal block in the back, that penalty will move them back.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10.
Here we go now. Boom, land it.
Rosen on 1st and 10. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Here we go now. Boom, land it.
They'll look to throw on 1st down with Josh Rosen. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Back 99 Philly. Here we go. Over. Hurry up. Here we go.
Now McKinnon. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Now Rosen looking at a 3rd and 2. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Burton. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th.
Hey, 4th and inches. Why let your quarterback try and sneak for it? Give it to the guy who's born to fight for those tough yards. It's a fullback dive, and he just makes sure he secures the football and then plows forward to pick up the 1st down.
So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45.
Now let's go. Boom, land it.
Throwing now, Rosen on 1st down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. The confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
On first down, it's Rosen. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and short. Rosen off the play action. His throw caught right around the 6. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Damian Ratley, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bears have taken the early lead. Cody Parkey is on now for the point after. Parkey adds the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Then the Dolphins getting set to go here. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
But you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it. He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. And they'll go on the ground. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up. They'll look to throw. Looking deep for his tight end, Ertz. Trying for the tight end, Ertz, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Eli Apple. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Wait a second. They did not accept that after the incompletion. What? Your look is just as puzzled as mine.
I got nothing for you here. You have to take that penalty, don't you?
It's free yards. Here's McKinnon. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down, Rosen. Wide open receiver complete. 30, 10, touchdown, Chicago. Damian Ratley, 76 yards. And the Bears are able to show off their quick strike ability. Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to him. Or you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and discourage them from throwing the ball to him.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Line of scrimmage, again, the 25, 2nd and 10. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And not a whole lot doing there, as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Eddie Jackson with a tackle.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing completion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Looking to throw. It's caught on the right side. Williams. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. Jordan Evans in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter begins with the Dolphins in possession of the football. They do, however, have a tough 3rd and long coming up. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And the pressure gets to him again.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long. Why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play action sack. This is taken at about the 14. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Bears take over. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
They go play action here on first down. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. McKinnon. Space to maneuver at the 40. And he takes it all the way up to the 47. That good for 22 and a first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
So after the run by McKinnon, here's 1st and 10.
Now let's go. 3-19.
Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. And on the stop defensively, Raekwon McMillan.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second down, here's Rosen. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third. Defensively, celebration time because they finally forced an incompletion. He was perfect throwing the ball to that point.
Yeah, but from his viewpoint, they didn't force the incompletion. He just missed. That's how hot he is right now, and that's how he wants to continue to throw the ball.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where is he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you got decent.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Eli Apple. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Rosen. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But the Bears look to get this one back, and indeed they did. So they'll keep possession.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Play action here with Rosen. Flushed out right. He's got the hook up here on the comebacker. Complete. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down.
Set. Green 39.
Off the play fake. Here's Rosen. Oh, he's got a man wide open. Complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 2 touchdowns for him already in this first half. This one good for a first down. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. They go play action. It's Rosen. A dump down to McKinnon. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. The Bears on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
Now let's go. Blue 90.
On play action, Rosen. Throw left side complete. It's Burton. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. This quarterback now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. They'll roll him out right. That is caught inside the 5. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. That one goes for 24 yards. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. It's the fullback. His first touchdown on the year. And the Bears will extend their lead. Now Parkey for the extra point. Parkey with the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now. Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here. And last time, one-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to Soldier Field following this short break.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
They'll look to throw here on first down. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. 18 big yards on that one, and a Miami first.
I know you're trying not to scoreboard watch, but you only got 3 points. You're kind of hoping that that type of play there gives you some positive momentum going into the half.
Yeah, need to do something to get more than that 3 number that they have on the scoreboard right now. They'll look to throw now on first down. And incomplete on the deep ball. Mike Williams, the intended target. And that'll bring up second down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did, to get them into a manageable 3rd down, because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Back to throw here. And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And that will wind up just short. He had it on line. It ran out of gas at the end, and this score will stay right where it is. And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the second quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
Trying to lay one up deep. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way down to the 10-yard line. A big play there just before halftime. 42 yards. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. They run it with McKinnon. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Jerick McKinnon, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bears will add on to their lead.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Again from the 20 after the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10. Now the former 4th-round pick, it's Kalen Ballage. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
Detroit! No, check, Patriots!
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15. He went backwards 5 yards there on 3rd down to bring up 4th. So we come upon halftime here at Soldier Field with the Bears out in front. As we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. That's fielded in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this 3rd quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90.
On play action, they'll throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Charles Harris in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
The Bears on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 17.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90.
From the gun, it's Rosen. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
no, tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker boards?
Yeah, those two.
Now back to throw. He's airing it out for Williams. And it's knocked away and incomplete. He was looking for Mike Williams that time. And it's 3rd down.
What has not been the best game for him, but he definitely tried to get by with a little help from his friend there, trying to create a big play.
Couldn't do it, fell incomplete. But you're right, it hasn't been a banner game here in the second half, just trying to get going.
Big thing is trying to keep confidence up and continue to fire.
He'll drop to throw. He's got his man. It's Williams. He's up to 70 yards receiving now as that last catch gets him a first down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
They'll set up to throw. And he fires one, but incomplete.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on third down.
Here's Matt Hawk now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Rosen here down around his own goal line. A dump down to McKinnon. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. It's a gain of 7, and it'll make it a second down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
The Bears on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. Here's Rosen to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Like how they've started the third quarter here. They force a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their second win coming out of the locker room. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. It's taken to the 26. They'll call that a 61-yard punt. He got all of that one. And it'll be Dolphin football. And out come the Dolphins now. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Detroit!
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 7 yards on the play, and that'll make it second down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
Finds his man, Watson, over the middle. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 23 yards on the play. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. And on the ground they go with a running back. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 4. They'll drop the throw. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he gets the 1st down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line.
Every team we ever talk to that continues to run the ball in a game, even when they haven't had much success, all talks about attrition, don't they? If you keep running it, eventually good things are likely to happen. It's been a hard go in this game today, hasn't it?
Yeah, this defense, they've met pretty much every challenge in front of them this afternoon.
They're still trying to run the ball, but they're not finding much space.
They come out here in the eye. He'll look to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Zach Ertz, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins are able to draw a bit closer. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Onto the field now come the Bears. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. Clock showing 90 seconds to go in the 3rd.
Hurry up, here we go.
Rosen again on 2nd and 10. Screen play, McKinnon. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. Now that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying it is one thing. We can second-guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize it is broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the 1st down on 3rd down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
Blue 90. Blue 90.
Rosen off the play action. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line. Now they needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
All right, now look at 56.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Set! Blue 90! Blue 90!
They'll set up a throw. He's airing it out for Williams. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Anthony Averett picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
And the first play of the drive goes to McKinnon. And not much there as he gets it up to about the 5-yard line. Making the tackle there, Corn Elder.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room that if you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. Back now at Soldier Field. It's Bears football here. They also have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4.
Detroit!
Here again is McKinnon. And a nice pickup as this one gets him to the 10-yard line. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. You'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
The Bears on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he will have the first down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. This quarterback now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10.
Here we go now. Blue 90.
From the shotgun, it's Rosen. Buying time to his left. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Now Rosen to throw on 2nd down. He's going to let this one go deep. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Cordray Tankersley with a pick. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. So they get the takeaway, but that's just step 1. They still have a lot of work to do.
But they don't want to focus on that now. Now it's about getting the ball in the end zone and hoping they can take it away again.
Yeah, still a 3-score game, though, 4th quarter. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and it'll make it 2nd down.
Here we go now. 319. 319.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
They'll look to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Adrian Amos with a pick. And he will score. Touchdown, Chicago. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a fourth-quarter comeback.
With emphasis. Interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Able to slither by. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
But this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Back to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating? The guys who just gave up that play.
And this third down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. They'll look to throw here. He's got a man. It's Williams. And they finally are able to take him down at the opposite 47. It's a big play here for the Dolphins on 3rd. 46 yards. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And now here is another interception. Picked off near the 26. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Robert Quinn in there to sack him for a loss of 6.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
Now let's go. Green.
Now Rosen. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
Looked like the screen pass was taken away there, but what a nice job improvising, finding other options, and completing the pass anyway.
The Bears on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
4 down, check, 4 down.
And now it's Rosen looking. Got an open man. It's Radley. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out. And he is going to need to bomb this one. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt. So it's an empty possession, and as a kicker, not the way you want to start your day's work.
And now each team's missed a field goal here so far, Brandon. So apparently, neither guy is immune.
Here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. They'll set up the screen to Drake. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. Looking to throw. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. And a nice gain of 21 yards. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Set. Green 39. Green 39.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaken up on the play. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11.
Here we go. White 90. White 90.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. And his first throw since coming in is incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Here we go. White 90. White 90.
They'll set up to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it, and he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. And Rosen's actually going to throw it here. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Coverage there by Kevon Seymour. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. 2nd and 10. It's Rosen again. A dump down to McKinnon. He had a great move, but he'll still be stopped shy of midfield. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. The Bears on third down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 4.
Hey, now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
Rosen will throw. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down. Here comes the Bears punter now as he's on to kick it away. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. So now here come the Dolphins. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Flex round. Flex round.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. Give him 2 on that run, and they're still left looking at a 3rd and about 9 to go.
I got it. See it, baby.
And, Charles, you know what coaches always tell us. We want to win our home games. That much we know. We want to protect our home turf. They got that done in this one.
Exactly right. When you start a season, everyone's goal, win all of your home games, split your road games, and you're likely going to be in the playoffs. But when you win at home, boy, what a great feeling that is. You don't even mind if people are at your house when you get home after a win like that.
So for the Bears, the win moves them to 3-9 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, it's another week with more questions than answers as they fall to 3-9. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Foxborough to face off against the New England Patriots. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.